When I was 19 years old, the best way I can describe myself is a derelict. I was so addicted to heroin and to drugs and alcohol as a whole that I was gonna really do anything I needed to do to use. Being isolated has always in the past led me to getting high, making bad decisions. The Phoenix really saved me from that because connection is everything.
This is Stand Together Presents stories, ideas, and advice from changemakers tackling our biggest challenges.
When I was 12 years old, I started drinking. I had a lot of pain that I was running from. I felt so alone. It wasn't until I started using heroin that it really brought me to my knees. At one point, honestly, didn't want to be here. I wish more than anything, when I was 19, I could have asked for the help that I needed. But there was no possibility for me in my mind that drugs and alcohol wouldn't continue to fix me. One of the hardest things for anybody that tries to get clean and sober, if you don't have something to actually lean on, people, a support system, somebody that knows where you're coming from, it's really hard to want it. And I feel like without the Phoenix community, I would never be where I am today. I was born and raised in Monroe Township, New Jersey. I grew up with a mom that didn't work and a dad that worked 7 days a week. I grew up in pretty much an abusive household. I was being abused by my brother from an early age. I wasn't treated very nicely by my biological mom. She told me pretty often that she didn't want to have me. So I always felt like I was such a nuisance. I felt like most of my life that I was defined by what was not okay with me or was not somebody that anyone would notice or be there for. All I ever wanted to do was get outside myself. I was not happy with who I was. I didn't feel like there was anything special about me. I never knew who I was and more or less why am I here? When I first started drinking, immediately after my first sip, I felt a peace about it. I wasn't taking the abuse by my brother the same, or the things that would happen at home. I was able, while drinking, to let everything go and just not feel it. But then I came into high school and very shortly after started getting in trouble. I was drinking, I was smoking, I got into using pills, and somewhere along the line, there was this girl that I met that got me into heroin. And heroin for me was the beginning of the end. There was this pain inside myself that I felt like it numbed it. But the more and more I continued to use, the lower I got in so many different ways. I was arrested a total of 5 times. I had a lot of low points in my life, but my most low point was after I went into a situation where I had to see my dad and my stepmom. They didn't know that I was still using. Their daughter was not just arrested for stealing, but also for heroin. Seeing their looks on their faces literally, it broke my heart.
That was tough. It was tough to see her like that. It hurt. I couldn't tell her that because she was hurting too much herself. But it hurt a lot to see her going through that.
Well, when she was using, I don't think nothing I could do or say would make any difference to her at that point in time. Somebody that's addicted wants to have to change. If they don't want to change, no amount of counseling, talking, nothing's going to make a difference.
Because we didn't want to lose her. She's too special.
I love you.
I love you too.
I knew in that moment, I didn't want to continue to feel that way and that I didn't want to keep hurting people. I felt like there was only one way to recover. I started calling up detox and rehabs, and I got into a detox. When I decided to go to rehab, like from detox to rehab, I snuck drugs into the rehab. And as I used again for that time on that day, it was really like that feeling of like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I am so sick and tired of myself. And I actually flushed all the drugs that I brought in with me. That was one of the first times in my life I felt like I finally knew what I wanted. While I was in rehab, that's when I found out about like 12-step programs, and I saw people that were genuinely happy. And I wanted what they had. I wanted to feel better. I really have a shot at life. I didn't pick up again, and I ended up starting really my life from there. I loved working out because I felt like that I could understand it. I no longer had a desire to get high. I no longer had a desire to return back to old life. For like once in my life, like I really felt gung-ho about life and that I could do something. When I became a personal trainer, I really fell in love with doing it because I felt like that I could help people. And I found for myself and for others that it made a difference. The more that I've worked on myself, it's made it easier to want to be there for other people because I've walked through that pain and got to the other side of it and feel like I genuinely can help other people.
Well, I believe connection is your superpower. And you are an amazing human that have overcome some huge challenges. Huge. And when somebody comes after you who is experiencing something you've experienced, you can say, hey, this is how I did it. This is what I found was helpful. Getting on the path of recovery isn't just about not using. It's about becoming your authentic self. It's about becoming the best parts of you. And that's a really beautiful place to be. The opposite of addiction is connection. And connecting with people is what it's all about.
Hello. So, happy Friday, everybody. Today we're gonna be doing our cardio and our upper body workout, and then we're gonna end with some core. Get it, Vicky, shake it on out. I've always felt like you are ready? The phrase motion fixes emotion directly applied to my life because I always felt like I wanted to make a connection with people. And no pressure. And I found that through the Phoenix app, I was able to connect with people as if they were really here. All right, when you are ready, we're gonna get started in 5, tap out or jumping jacks, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have this shot. I started with the Phoenix in 2020. It's a sober active community. The only requirement is having 48 hours of continuous sobriety. Whether it's a workout, a yoga, a meditation, meeting up for a walk, they make everything so much so that anyone and everyone can be involved. Awesome job, everybody. Almost there. We got 5 more seconds. Then we're gonna start right from the beginning for our last round of cardio, okay? The thing about the Phoenix's mission that resonated a lot with me is as long as you have 48 hours, you are welcome. You got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everybody. My relationship with people at the Phoenix as in person can be, they are my support. And I know the most beautiful thing is it's vice versa. We're all there for one another. Every day that I teach a class, I hope that everybody that joins in knows that they're loved.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for your dedication. I'm thankful that I've got somebody that I can be accountable to and can get up and motivate me to do what I need to do every single day.
I love you. I love you, everybody.
Love you, Melissa.
Love you, Steve,
Have a great weekend,
Becky,
everybody.
Angela, Vicky,
Love you.
Lisa.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. You are amazing. So today I'm driving to meet up with my Phoenix sober friends that I've been coaching on the virtual Phoenix platform for over 3 years, but I haven't been able to meet them in person until today.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you.
Oh wow, you are really tall. Esther! Hi!
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I really, really love you guys a lot. And I'm really happy that we're doing this. It just makes me so happy that we're all together.
We love you.
It means so much to me that you all came today.
Oh.
Well, It means a lot to us that you show up every day.
I would describe Melissa as someone that truly cares. She really wants to help. She wants the best for all of us. The Phoenix really shows how technology today can bring people together. There's people that are here today from all over the country, and that's all because of the Phoenix. 1 year sober today, it's no better way to celebrate it than here doing this with the group.
If you try to get sober on your own, it's 99% chance it's not going to happen. You have to have community, people you trust, people you can turn to, people that support you. And the Phoenix does that 110%. I don't have a lot of friends in recovery in my hometown. Melissa is my best friend. She is my best sober friend in the world. And seeing her every day knows that it matters to her, that I matter to her.
4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. The Phoenix empowered me with my purpose of wanting to make other people happy and be there for them. I'm able to be an asset to others, and that I can be an asset to myself, that I don't need a substance in order to get by or through any day. I think society can learn a lot about bringing people together. The Phoenix gives people opportunity to see that there is another way, not just to recovery, but to how so many people can be there for one another. The Phoenix is life-changing, and I'm just really, really happy to be a part of it. And I love you all.
Stand Together partners with changemakers tackling our biggest challenges. To see more stories, follow our channels. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, go to standtogether.org.